Duggar News. Jana Duggar spotted in a local OB/GYN office. Hello friend, welcome back to my channel. God bless you. For the news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Duggar News has been surrounded by Josh and his wife, Jana Duggar, after the family's fallout. The former's heinous crimes have turned many heads while his wife decided to stay by his side. Since then, Jana has chosen to have a more private life, but hasn't kept her audience updated. Amid all this, fans recently spotted Jana's doppelganger in the wild. They were in disbelief and wondered if she was the celeb's twin sister. Moreover, they accused her of hiding her twin. What is this controversy all about? Does Jana really have a twin sister? What is she up to now? Duggar News. Jana's lookalike confuses fans in new Facebook ads. Duggar News has revolved around Josh Duggar and his darkest crimes for a while now. He was accused of several things and had to go behind bars because of them. Jana further comes into the limelight as viewers want to know if she supports her husband. However, she stopped sharing updates and decided to keep her life under wraps. Amid all this, a Reddit thread started that featured Jana's lookalike in an advertisement on Facebook. It was for a local OB/GYN office in North Dakota. It featured a woman who had medium-length side-parted hair while she wore a t-shirt. The OP claimed that everyone they were looking at the advertisement felt that they were watching none other than Counting on star Jana. Some fans even said that if Jana and Jessa had a baby, it would have looked just like this woman. A user explained, Jana's face with Jessa's hair. Another added, Jana and Jessa were melded into one person. Another eagle-eyed viewer claimed that the woman's eyes resembled Jana's, and she completely looked like her twin. Hence, fans were also in shock when they saw the resemblance. Duggar News. Did Jana divorce Josh? What is their current status? Duggar News followers are well aware of Josh's possession of CSAM. Hence, he will be serving 12.5 years, and there will be no coming back before he serves his prison time. Even after all this, Jana has consistently visited him in FCI Seekaville ever since he went behind bars. However, it has been a while since she hasn't shown up and has stopped seeing her husband in prison. Moreover, fans recently saw Jana in Texas, making it clear that she was no longer in Arkansas. Apparently, she could start a new chapter in a new state, as Arkansas has Jim and Michelle's presence. But that's not all. Josh has also been surrounded by cheating rumors these days. Several sources have claimed that he was calling a trans person, male to female, in the same facility. If these accusations are true, there is a fair chance that Jana has decided to move on. Jana no longer lives in Arkansas and is evidently away from Josh's family. She doesn't visit her husband and perhaps has no contact with him. Though Jana hasn't talked about her divorce yet, viewers are sure there is some trouble in paradise and that she will soon part ways. Keep coming back to TV season and spoilers for more updates. Jana Duggar details picking out stunning dress and venue for wedding to Stephen Wisman. Jana Duggar is revealing how she made her wedding dreams come true. The former 19 kids and counting star took fans inside the planning of her August 15 nuptials to Stephen Wisman in her latest YouTube vlog, documenting a trip to her Prairie Grove, Ark wedding venue. After showcasing the sprawling property, which features a chapel, a massive reception hall, and a bridal suite, complete with changing rooms and salon-style vanities, Jana made it clear the stunning locale was the one for her. I am not even going to look at any other options, the 34-year-old declared in the video. I am completely sold. This is definitely the place where I want to get married. From there, the eldest Duggar daughter, accompanied by some of her sisters including Jessa Duggar Seawald and Joy Jana Duggar Forsyth, as well as sister-in-law Abby Duggar, decided to keep the wedding planning going with a spontaneous trip to a wedding dress shop. She explained, "The girls were like, we are already out together, so let's just pop in and see what they have." Guided by a style she liked on Pinterest, featuring an off-the-shoulder neckline and A-line silhouette, Jana's sister squad pulled a variety of styles to try on as she made a conscious effort not to limit herself. "I'm trying not to be set on a particular style," she reasoned. "I've heard from a few other people that they were kind of surprised by the dress they ended up loving the most in the end, so I'm trying to keep my options open." Jana proceeded to try on a handful of gowns, but much like her wedding venue, Jana came back to her first choice in the end, and marveled at finding a gown so much faster than I expected, adding, "It seemed almost too easy." The reality star exchanged vows with Wisman, whose sister Hannah is married to Jana's younger brother Jeremiah, in a lavish ceremony attended by 500 guests, exactly 2 months after getting engaged. The pair reignited their romance earlier this year after dating for a short time years earlier, though Jana told People they continued talking on and off in the interim. And there's more wedding bells to come for the Duggars, as Jana's younger brother Jason popped the question to girlfriend Maddie Grace in an intimate beachfront proposal on August 24. In an Instagram post on August 30, the bride-to-be gushed that she could not be more excited. The parents of 19 and grandparents of over 3 dozen little ones started out as high school sweethearts. Michelle has recalled being saved at 15. Then one night, Jim Bob was making home outreach visits on behalf of his Baptist church, and he ended up knocking on the Rourke family's door after his friend told him that this girl from school that just got saved and is a cheerleader lived there. They invited Michelle to Sunday school at their church, and Jim Bob said he prayed to God that they could be each other's spiritual leaders, though apparently their first meeting wasn't as memorable for Michelle. A year later, she applied for a job at the frozen yogurt shop owned by Jim Bob's parents. "You came to the counter where I was standing by the cash register and introduced yourself," Michelle remembered in a letter posted on the family blog in 2017 for Jim Bob's birthday and their 33rd wedding anniversary. "You were shy but very sweet. I really don't remember much about that conversation, except that you finally mustered up the courage to ask me if I would go to your junior-senior banquet with you." She attended the dinner with him at Shiloh Christian, but it was when they hung out afterward discussing the Bible for hours at her parents' house that she knew. "From there, we believe our hearts were knit together," Michelle has said. "We graduated high school in May of 1984 and were married in July. I was 17 and Jim Bob was 19. The couple dedicated themselves to God and each other for the long run." Jim Bob is a former state legislator, having served in the Arkansas House of Representatives for the 6th District from 1999 until 2002, during which he was vice chair of the House of Corrections and Criminal Law Subcommittee. A run for U.S. Senate in 2002 ended in the primary, as did a bid in 2006 to become the Republican nominee for Arkansas State Senate District 35. He and Michelle, who are both licensed realtors, have been active in conservative causes, an aspect of their lifestyle that won them and 19 Kids and Counting, which premiered in 2008 as 17 Kids and Counting. Both fierce supporters and fierce critics. A robocall Michelle recorded in 2014, encouraging people to vote against a proposed anti-discrimination ordinance in Fayetteville, in which she said she was calling to inform them of the so-called dangers of making it legal for transgender men and women to use the facilities they feel safest and most comfortable in, inspired at change.org. Jana Duggar violates family dress code with shoulder-bearing wedding dress. Jana Duggar's wedding dress has prompted an unexpected controversy. As you probably know by now, Jana married Stephen Wisman in front of roughly 500 guests last month. The move caught fans off guard, as Jana and Stephen seemed to have broken up years ago following a brief courtship. But even more surprising to some Duggar watchers was a dress that Jana tried on ahead of her big day. Like many brides-to-be, Jana tried on numerous dresses before choosing the right one. She wound up going with a modest, conservative option that complied with the rules of the infamous Duggar dress code. But one of the dresses that Jana tried on at her fitting was downright risque by the standards of her fundamentalist family. Fans were impressed by Jana's willingness to so publicly flout her parents' rules. It might not look like an especially racy dress, and it's not. but Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar require their daughters to cover all appendages at all times. Just imagine if Jim Bob and Michelle's faces if Jana would have chosen this dress instead, one commenter wrote, as first reported by The Sun. Several commenters were surprised that Jana not only tried the dress on, but shared a video of the fitting in a public forum. "I'm even more surprised she kept it in the video," one viewer wrote. "Same, at first I thought it was someone else," another agreed. Many commenters pointed out that Michelle Duggar seemed to be absent from the fitting. Several Duggar children are semi-estranged from their parents, and some fans are wondering if Jana has joined that club. "I don't feel like watching the video. Did she mention her mom's absence?" one person asked. Michelle was only interested in pre-wedding shopping and other idyllic mom duties when the TLC cameras were rolling, and she wanted to keep the optics of Mother of the Year, a third added. "We may never know why Michelle was absent from Jana's fitting. But some fans think it's just one of several signs that Jana is trying to put some distance between herself and her parents. It's been rumored that Jana and Stephen are planning to relocate to his native Nebraska now that they've tied the knot. And Jana has already changed her last name. Obviously, there's nothing unusual about that move, but some Duggar watchers have taken it as a sign that she's fed up with her family. Dropping the Duggar like a bad habit, a second noted. "Honestly, Wisman is a killer last name. I'd be so fast to lose that Duggar name," a third remarked. "Wonder when will she update her location in her bio," another user wrote. "It might be a while before Jana updates fans on her life as a married woman. But she certainly seems to be enjoying this time of great Counting on Jana Duggar's departure causing rift in family? Counting on alum Jana Duggar recently gave her fans a tour of her fixer-upper with Stephen Wisman. There are still tons of things to work on in the newlyweds' Nebraska home. It even came to a point where Jim Bob had to come over to help. However, some Redditors speculate that Jana's inevitable departure may cause a rift in the family. Keep reading to see why. Counting on Jana Duggar lays plans for fixer-upper. Jana recently took to YouTube to share a quick tour of her fixer-upper with Stephen. The couple's house boasts a garage and 5 bedrooms. Moments later, Jana shared the 3D layout of the renovations. She plans to move some of her doors and even combine several rooms to make up more space. During the vlog, the Counting on alum shared a glimpse of the room she and some of her sisters used to sleep in whenever they visited Stephen in Nebraska. Jana ended the vlog by saying that she's going to document the final results, adding that Stephen is already looking forward to repainting the entire house. Some Redditors discuss the possibility of a negative aftermath in the family once Jana Duggar moves to Nebraska. According to the poster, there's a popular belief about how a family destabilizes when the eldest daughter finally stops with her second-hand mother duties. Jana has yet to share her whereabouts today, but there are speculations that the Counting on alum is already living with her husband in Nebraska. This just hit me like a ton of bricks because holy did my family fall apart not even a year once I moved out. I just never connected the dots before. Great. Just what I needed, more fodder for therapy discussions. Are you saying that without Jana, the TTH will fall apart? No lies detected. Hanny will have some work to do now. Maybe if she did her job as mother properly, the eldest daughter rejecting her duties wouldn't destabilize the house. I say that as a SAHD whose parents do their job properly. The parents should be doing the parenting, not the oldest children. Jana also took to YouTube to share a new vlog featuring her wedding dress shopping day with her family. The Counting on alum tried multiple dresses. One of them was even more revealing than what she originally chose, and fans wondered how her parents would react if she ended up picking it. Her mother, Michelle, was nowhere to be seen in the vlog, which is an unusual sight to see, especially when it comes to such activities. But it seems she's back at the big house to look after her younger children, which may be a new normal for her as Jana moves with her husband. Duggar News. Jeremy says father-in-law Jim Bob Duggar's beliefs are devilish. Over the years, Duggar News followers have seen the Duggars fall apart. At first, they were a very well-liked and respected family. But soon when Josh Duggar's controversies saw the light of day and Shiny Happy People documentary came out, everything changed. Some of the family members also spoke up about the evils being practiced in the family. Jana Duggar and her husband, Jeremy Vuolo, have always been upfront about their opinions. They have taken the responsibility to call out the family and its toxic teachings many times. Well, something similar has happened once again. Jeremy was on a Christian podcast and ended up bashing his father-in-law, Jim Bob Duggar. Why did he do so? Duggar News. Devilish. Jeremy calls out toxic religious teachings Jim Bob Duggar made his family follow. While Jana and Jeremy have openly criticized the former's tough childhood, they are still devoted Christians. Duggar News followers must know how Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar raised their kids by following the norms of the non-denominational Christian fundamentalist organization, IBLP, Institute in Basic Life Principles. While the Duggar News couple has shunned its teachings, they have still shared how their own set of beliefs are different. For instance, Jeremy Vuolo became a part of Costi Hins for the Gospel Christian podcast. He called out legalism in it. This term explores the idea that a person can get salvation only by obeying rules instead of being devout. Jeremy disagrees with this. He said legalism distorts the character of God as it teaches people that the Almighty will only be happy once people follow a certain set of rules. If you do this, then you'll get this. So he called the teaching and the religion rather devilish. Jeremy feels that love is at the heart of every law God has for the people. Well, Jeremy didn't really name names during the podcast, but it made Duggar News followers instantly think of Jim Bob Duggar and how the Shiny Happy People documentary had called him out for following Bill Gothard's teachings that focused on legalism. Duggar News. Jana admits things aren't perfect in her family. Strained bond with parents. While Jeremy made his opinions and thoughts known about the parts of religion he finds toxic, Duggar News followers have been curious about how Jim Bob and Michelle will react to this. Prior to this, his wife Jana had admitted that things weren't perfect between her and her parents. She admitted having a tough childhood where she struggled throughout. Yet, Jana was grateful, especially for her parents, Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar. She admitted they had their differences, and how everything wasn't perfect between them. But at the end of the day, she loves them, and her parents know that. So far, Jim Bob and Michelle have not openly criticized any of their kids. Jana is also one of them. They continue to live by refraining from giving statements, especially after their show got canceled. Keep an eye on TV season and spoilers for more Duggar News updates. Counting on alum Jana Duggar stepped away from social media since the CSAM arrest of her husband Josh in April 2021. Since then, fans only get to see her at family events. One of her most recent appearances was at Jana and Stephen Wisman's wedding. But many Redditors remembered her again after seeing her doppelganger online. Keep reading to see the shocking picture. Counting on. Jana Duggar appears at Jana's wedding. Many fans have thought that Jana is one of the few family members who didn't attend Jana and Stephen's wedding. There have been speculations that the Counting on alum is on bad terms with some of her in-laws, especially those who want Josh to suffer in prison. However, it seems Jana is still in touch with the majority of the family as she celebrates the newlyweds. Some of her kids were also spotted in a family photo uploaded by James. Many were also surprised to see how big they have become. It's unclear if Jana is still living in the Duggar compound amid her husband's imprisonment. But many people believe she will take over Jana's role as the caretaker of the younger children in the family in exchange for Jim Bob and Michelle's financial support. Jana's twin spotted by fans. Some Redditors react to a twin of Jana on social media. According to the poster, they saw an advertisement on Facebook for a local OB/GYN office in North Dakota. But they were surprised to see how the woman in the clip resembles the Counting on alum so much. Others agreed and said that the woman also looked like Jessa. Several commenters even said that she's the result if Anna and Jessa had a baby. Anna's face with Jessa's hair. I thought it was like if Jessa and Anna had a baby. Also hilarious that it's an ad for an obstetrician's office. The background is giving 19 kids and counting 2 lol. She does look like Anna, especially the eyes.